Hey, my friend, it's Steve Havill, coach, consultant, and ambassador of Sharing the Love. And this week we're going to talk about authentic inquiry. See, just being interested genuinely in people, having that genuine interest in other people's well-beings is so rare nowadays. We're all so busy and so crazy that getting over there, getting out of our heads into our hearts and over in the world of another person by asking great questions is one of the coolest things you can do. So, genuine interest, it happens through questions. Ask great questions. Find out what matters most to people. Find out what's most important in their life. Find out where they're feeling stuck or where they could use some help or what they're up against or what they're inspired by. What are they lit up about in life, Use a language that's comfortable for you, but basically just get to the real. Let's talk about what's meaningful and just ask about that and go layers deeper. Ask what and why questions. Hey, why is that important to you? Or, why do you feel that way? Just check in. Just want to see if I, want to make sure I feel you right. You can ask those questions and take people on a journey and through inquiry that goes deeper and deeper into their inner knowing so they can start to source their own genius and spill the amazing answers to their questions that are already there in their mind. They just maybe haven't presenced them. You can be the facilitator of that through genuine interest and authentic inquiry. The second part of this whole framework is use your gut, use your intuition, tap into that higher sense of feeling. See, we just want to be felt by people, and that's what happens when you tap into intuition. We pick up so much more as human beings than what's said. There's body language, there's the sense that we get. People can say one thing, but you know how sometimes you feel something else? My grandma used to say this cool saying, "Who you're being speaks so loudly, I can't hear what you're saying." That's what I'm talking about. Tap into who people are being, tap into the unsaid, and be able to use that intuition and that gut feeling to be able to harness that with what they say. And that brings us to the third piece, which is reflecting it back. Giving them the love of letting them know you're listening, that you care, that you really asked good questions, and they're important to you. That's what happens through this three-part deal: genuine interest, using your gut and your intuition, and reflecting it back to them. You can give them back in your own words, not as a parrot saying the exact words. Give it back in a paraphrase. Say, hey, if I heard you right, let me just make sure I'm picking up what you're laying down. If I heard you right, this is going on. This is the challenge. You're excited about this and all these different things. But I was also feeling this. I don't know, maybe I'm making it up. Is there any truth to that? And then just hold your mouth, see what happens. You'll probably find you're way more on point, way more often than you think. So that's this week's challenge. The challenge with it is we're all so busy. We're so caught up in our own lives that to be able to actually be present and be over there, to get out of here, get into here, and get over there in another person's world, man, it's just something you have to consciously focus on. You have to make that effort to say, I'm going to show people that they're meaningful to me and what's important to them matters to me by listening, by asking questions, by not trying to fix it and, have my own thoughts running, but just being present, being authentically connected. That's what the game is, my friends. That's this week's challenge. I'm going to give you 3 exercises. The first is just find out what's important to the people in your life, to your friends, to your family, to your coworkers. You can use your own language. Just say, hey man, what are you lit up about? What are you on fire about? What's going on in your world nowadays? When you mean it, and it's more than just, hi, how are you today? When it's more than a transaction, you get into transformational conversation where it's meaningful and it's rich, and people will go on that journey with you and have a great time in that inquiry. So that's the first thing. Get out of here, get over here, into your heart, and over there into their life. The second part is flex that intuition, flex that gut feeling, start to tap into that, start to add what you heard to what you felt so you can give them the experience of I feel you. People want to know that you feel them, and that's a great way is apply that. And that gets us to the third action for the week is to reflect it back, to give people the gift of saying, hey, I heard you, you matter to me, what you said is meaningful. I'm going to put it in my own words so I'm just not parroting it back, and then you give it back to them. And then you check in with them. Hey, was I feeling you right? Am I picking up what you're laying down? Those are the 3 gifts, my friend. They've been the biggest key to success in my business, in my personal life, in my relationships. And it lets people know you care. It shines a light on who they are. It gives that genuine interest gift. And it just helps you be a change agent. It deepens the relationship. It broadens and expands the whole aspect of who you are in your relationship with others and how you show up in the world. So that's this week's message. That's this week's challenge. You know what to do. Until next week, get out there, share the love, keep it real, and live your dream today.